Well, here we are back out again, doing a little hiking trip, starting off late as usual. We're going to do the Ironstone Loop. We're starting more on the main road instead of the Stony Valley recreational area, just to get into the state forest to set up camp a little sooner. But it's supposed to be a very nice hike, partially on the Mid-State Trail, which will be the first time I got to step foot on the Mid-State Trail. So I'm kind of happy about that. So here we go. I got my headlamp ready and should be a great hike. I have one of these old furnaces right here. I've never actually seen one of these in person, but man, is it huge. Definitely something cool to see right here in the beginning of the trail. Well, I don't know how much videoing I'll get in tonight with it getting dark so early, but we'll see. Now we press on. Alright, Baxter and I are just kind of hanging out here in the tent, which is the first time I've ever slept in a tent in, I couldn't even tell you how long. I ended up purchasing a cheap Chinese-made tent just to keep Baxter a little warmer during the colder temperatures because he's getting too old to sleep underneath the hammock. But anyway, we're hearing this menacing dog bark not too far from here. I don't know if you can make that out, but Baxter's going a little crazy because of it. I'm going to be honest with you though, this little tent setup I have here is not too shabby. I'm not saying this is going to be my go-to shelter from now on in, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Well, we've been hiking for quite a while now since we broke camp. It was pretty flat, some rolling terrain, some wet conditions, but we're finally making our way uphill, I believe up Tussy Mountain. Look at some of this fun stuff we gotta scramble up now. Well, here we are, we made it to the top. Here's the sign for the Mid-State Trail. We're going to take the Jackson Trail back down Tussy Mountain. Well, here we are at one of our first true views of the trip. Get a beautiful view in that direction. Still all overcast in that direction. Man, is this just beautiful. I think this is where we'll end up finding a little place to sit down and make some food and take a break. Gonna make some bacon and eggs again, and a blueberry muffin. Pretty tasty as usual. These fancy tongs here to flip my bacon. Still on the Jackson Trail right now, getting flurries on and off, but I tell you, some of these rock formations out here on the Jackson Trail are just phenomenal. Had a couple nice views so far. Kind of not making time like I was hoping to, but that's to be expected. We'll probably keep hiking up until dark. I got a couple planned campsites in my mind. I'm hoping to get to the further one since it's got water at it, but if we have to camp in between, it's okay too. I should have enough water to last us the night. We gotta get up and around this thing right here. So, back to work. looks like a lot of places to camp right in here, just past that last view, which you could probably just make out from behind me. Nice little hammock spots right in here, and just past that other view you get another beautiful view. Wow, David's Vista. Very nice. Here we are at J. Hose Vista. It's right next to the main road here. I can't remember the name of the road, but we have a major parking area right here. But definitely a nice little view. Nice little map of the area. This is where we started and hiked up this way and all the way around down the Jackson, and we're right here right now. We're gonna head down this way. Hopefully find camp for the night. Alright, we're back out here on the Mid-State Trail again. Spent a little too much time on the Jackson Trail, but that is a beautiful section of trail. But I wanted to make it down below the Indian Step Trail. There's supposed to be a nice campsite in there, but the sun's going down pretty darn quickly, so we're probably gonna find a place to camp up on the ridge here. Should have more than enough water for the night. Well, I think this is going to be home for the night. Little dilapidated fire ring. Not sure if we're going to have a fire yet tonight or not. Set up the good old tent right over there somewhere. Yep, this should do it. We got a nice little windbreak right behind us, and that seems to be the direction the wind's coming from, so this seems about as sheltered in as possible. Should work. Well, Baxter and I are sitting here hanging out in our new little tent. Like I said last night, it's been a long time since I've been in a tent, but last night wasn't too bad, and I think Baxter really liked it a lot better, being a lot warmer. He just can't handle them colder temps no more, so I think this is going to be the way it's going to be until the weather warms up, or I'm going out by myself, one or the other. Well, probably going to read a little bit and maybe listen to a little music and drift off to bed. All in all, it's been a great trip. Alright, here we are on the Mid-State Trail hiking the Ironstone Loop. This is day 2. We're going to get ready to get going here in a minute, but I wanted to show you my little setup here since we were sleeping on the ground. Much different than what I normally do. This is just a cheap nature hike tent. It's a China made tent. You can get them on Amazon for like 80 bucks or so. It's pretty much almost an exact duplicate of the Marmot EOS 1 tent, except a lot cheaper and maybe not as light either. But it comes with an internet as well, but we left that at home since we didn't really have to worry about the bugs. It's not too heavy with just the fly and the footprint and it does come with the footprint, which is nice. But inside is pretty spacious. Got enough room here for me and Baxter laid right here in the vestibule area. He's got a couple different pads underneath there, along with his little blanket I made him. He's over there scratching away. He's got his 2 coats on as well. But in here, I used my hammock underquilt protector as an upper quilt protector for this trip. It worked out really well, actually. I used the two tensioning lines underneath to hold it snug to the pad, as well as the bottom. I can slip in up here, so it protected my top quilt, which is a 20-degree hammock gear burrow. And underneath I used a Climate static V insulated pad, which was very comfortable actually. It's no hammock, but it did the job. And this, I just used a cheapo, what is it, a Tech Sport pillow. You can get them at like any, you can get them at Walmart or any outdoor store real cheap. I thought this would give me a little bit more support than my typical hammock pillow. But other than that, we slept pretty darn comfy cozy. Yep, it got down to the low 20s last night, and we were good to go in here. No wind. Real nice. You just can't complain with views like this. The sea right up off the ridge the entire walk. Should be closing into the Indian Step Trail here soon. Here we are, we made it to the Indian Step Trail. The Mid-State Trail continues off in that direction. And I guess this is also a part of the Ironstone Trail. So, we're on our way. And there's this really cool structure right here at the top. I'm not sure exactly the story behind that, but it's pretty cool. Well, this is where we just came from behind me. And this is where we gotta go. I don't know if you could really tell by video, but that is steep. Almost looks like I need rappelling gear to get down it. Well, here we are at Harry's Run on the Crown Over Trail. Gonna stop and get a little bit of water here. Pretty nice. Need something good and cold to drink, that's for sure. Baxter's helping himself right now. But then we got one more steep climb, and I think should be pretty smooth sailing from there. We made it up over the Crown Over Trail. Once you get to the top, it isn't very well blazed, and the blazes that are here are pretty well faded, but the trail is still pretty well established. A couple blowdowns here and there, but nothing too difficult to negotiate. Boy, did this section of trail really change right in here.
go from real rocky to this old woods road. But check this out. It's kind of weird. You get the Penn State University forest boundary, and then you have the Pennsylvania State forest boundary marker right next to it. It's a little confusing. Which is which? Well, the sun's going down awfully quick. Still on the trail. Nice little pine area here. But it feels like we might be finishing when it gets dark, so we'll find out. Trail's not too bad though. Should make for some easy miles if it stays like this. I believe we're in the Stone Valley recreational area right now. So the trail should be frequently traveled, so they shouldn't be too bad. Alright, see you up the trail. Well, the trail changed pretty quickly. Just got to this opening meadowy type area. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be able to see out a little ways. I did see a few white-tailed deer running away from me earlier. I think there's a hawk flying by right over there. I had a hawk fly right in front of my car yesterday on the way here. Alright, back to hiking. Gotta try to get done at somewhat of a reasonable hour. Well, I think that'll be about the only glimpse of the lake we'll see before it gets too dark for me to videotape. As if this is coming out at all, but sure looks pretty. I don't know how well this is going to come out, but just came across this really cool old pavilion. Pretty neat. I don't know how well you can see me, but it's starting to snow pretty good now. I think we're getting pretty close to the car. I wish you were able to really see the forest around us. It's actually quite nice. Got a beautiful pine forest plantation in here. Nice easy going trail. Even at night it's really easy to follow. But I'll report back once I get closer to the car. I will say this woodchuck or woodcock trail is really nice. It's like a short little educational loop. It's got a bunch of little placards on it describing different areas of the forest and species and the woodcock bird. But it's not too bad. Pretty nice. Nice little bridges. But I will say I'm about ready to call it quits and take that long drive home. I'm done night hiking for the night. Should be getting close now though. Well, here we are, made back to the car, all in one piece. The last bit of trail wasn't too bad. It was pretty easy going, so I don't know. I think that was a successful trip. Definitely be back out again to explore a little bit more with what Rothrock State Forest has to offer. Thanks for coming along.